Hey, y'all. Listen, happy Sunday. Welcome into the building. I'm glad y'all spending time with me. Y'all here on the Sunday. Listen, if you here, come in the building, hit the like button. All right, so hit the like button. It's Sunday, it's trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about, okay? The title is called Who Can We Trust? Who can we trust? That's the title for Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. Hope y'all had a good day so far. It's raining out here in Jersey, but I made it to church. While I was in church, it started raining. Ran a couple errands, and it's still it's a little drizzle out there now. So I've been in the house most of the day, just relaxing and chilling. Then I said, you know what? Let me come to y'all and we do us a quick little, like Savannah said, express train trending topics. So listen, guys, it is called Who Can We Trust? So who's on the docket tonight? We got Mase and Diddy. Tomorrow is the day. It seems so crazy that 1 minute his house was raided, the next minute he was arrested, and then the next minute, he couldn't get out on bonds or bail or whatever. And now here we are. We've been waiting for May. And here it is, Monday, the trial begins. They will be selecting jurors. It's going to be interesting to see how this thing goes down. But I'm bringing it up because Mase has a podcast. I never knew Mase had a podcast. It's called It Is What It Is, his podcast. I think that's a nice name. I like it. I say that saying all the time. Be like, it is what it is. Well, his podcast is called It Is What It Is. And he said a lot of fans have been tapping into him. And so he asked his co-host, people are saying I should go to this Diddy trial. What do y'all think? They said it's up to you. We're going to talk about it. But I said, I did a video on it. And I said, Mase should go. You got a podcast. That's material for your podcast. And you will be able to say firsthand information versus secondhand. And you work with him. Now, I also said this, since it's Sunday, we might as well talk about it. And I said this in my video about May, so you could go back and watch it, but I will say it here again. Watch what you name your kids. Watch what you call yourself. Watch what you allow people to call you. Because it's all in the name. Life and death, the power of the tongue. Diddy named his company Bad Boy Records. And now pretty much, what is he being accused of? Being a bad boy. Should Knight call his records, his label company, Death Row Records? What is he behind bars serving 28 years for? Because he ran somebody over with a truck. He killed them. Death Row Records. And if he didn't do the plea deal, guess what? He was facing death row. It's in the name, people. Be careful what you call yourself. Be careful what you allow people to call you. Be careful what you name your kids. Be careful what you call your kids. But we're going to talk about it. Should Mase go or should he not go? Then we're going to talk about this Florida man. Part of the reason why they say get a marriage certificate or license, I thought, was to prevent, somebody marrying 300 people. But apparently in Florida, the process is a little bit easier. And all of the ladies met this man on a dating app. That's why I said, who can we trust? Who can we trust? All the ladies met the man on a dating app. Now listen, I believe in love. I really do. But I don't believe, and I'm going to meet you on Monday, and on Friday, we about to get married. No, that seemed too much for me. No, I'm not. No, I was, no. One of my things she said within a week, she married him. He was saying all the right things. Well, usually scam artists, they do. They say all the right things. When you meet somebody on the app, be careful. Think twice, look twice. Investigate. You got the Google now. Do a simple search. See if they got an Instagram or TikTok. You got to figure out who you about to go have coffee with. Let alone go to the court and get a marriage certificate, and then right after you get the certificate, the ink is not even dry yet, and you going in the next courtroom talking about I do. Then as soon as you said I do, that man said, we got to put our accounts together. You got to put my name on your account, your bank account. You got to watch what you do, people. Some people straight up need a place to live. And they don't mind scamming you so they can live with you. Especially if you got kids. Who can we trust? Yeah, marrying somebody in a week. Come on now, you can't be this lonely. You better do lots. Pick up a line dancing class, yoga, Pilates, something. But you meet somebody and within a week you marrying them? Start gardening. Come on now, Sebastian. Then we got this college recruiter. Who can we trust? You do the right things as parents, because you know what, parenting is not easy. And I don't care if you think you're doing everything right. These kids, at the end of the day, it's God. Because you could have did everything you thought possibly right, and they could still go left. But you got to try. You give it your best shot. So the world tells us we got to get our kid out of high school, and then we tell our kid, you got to go to college if you want to eat and be productive and live on your own in this world. So we send them to college. The college admission recruiter, the kid came down there doing the tour of the college. He's a whole predator. Because he had access to their application, and on their application, they got all the information, your phone number, your address, everything. Some of these applications, they even ask you to send in a picture. So y'all got to watch who y'all have the recruiter. Did you do a background check on the recruiter? Because he about to have all of my young kids' information at their fingertips. Girl came down there, did a tour. Sickos. That's right, sickos. The girl came down there to do a tour. She's 17. Soon as the tour was over, he got the texting and harassing her, wanted to send her X-rated pictures, asking her does she want to have relations with him, and he would pay her $400. Then he went straight off the rails and asked her she wanted to have group relations. And everybody clutching their pearls over Diddy. When you got the college recruiter, that's a whole Diddy. The only thing he didn't do allegedly was add something to the drink. The predators are everywhere. Who can we trust? You sending your kid on a college tour. What the heck? You like it's a college tour. And the admissions coordinator is a whole predator. I done talked to enough people. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what I need in that chat. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Sunday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Who Can We Trust? We got Mase and Diddy. Mase has a decision. Should he go to the Diddy trial? And if he goes, will he be in support of Diddy? Will he just be looking to see what's going to happen to Diddy? Will he say, Diddy, what's up? He wants to know, should he go? Then we got the Florida man. 3 wives. 3. And all of them got a story. We got the college recruiter calls the student asking for all kind of craziness. And after the cops was arrested that man, I would have asked the cop, can I go and punch this man right in his face? Taking my poor kid's moment. This is her moment when you go on to business colleges. It's so much fun. Dirty dog. Let me bring the people in the building. Hey, Leo.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, Sebastian.
Hey Diva,
Hey,
panel, hey everyone.
hey, Savannah.
Hey Diva, hey panel.
All right, y'all. You know what story I'm going to go ahead and start with. And while I'm saying this, can everybody do me a favor and just please hit that like button? I'm glad to see y'all in the building on this Sunday night. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with this Florida man. They met him on an app and they got swindled. Hold on one second. Let me see. The ice cream truck out in the rain, y'all. All right.
Charges for marrying 3 Florida women in 3 different counties at the same time. Tonight, those women are speaking out, saying the system that handles marriage licenses kept them in the dark.
There are no safeguards, and that I feel like that's part of where the system failed.
He took each one of us to a county over to get married in.
If the counties did talk, that would have saved me a lot of heartache, a lot of money, a lot of stress.
I-Team investigator Adam Walser breaks down how this could happen at a time when online records can be viewed with a few clicks of a mouse.
A wedding usually signifies a lifetime commitment between 2 people embarking on life's journey. But these 3 Florida women learned they were on the same journey with Henry Betsy Jr. at the same time. This is Henry's mugshot, which is the most recent and clear picture we have of him. Michelle married Henry in Hernando County in November 2022.
I met him on Match.com. We met in early November.
How soon did you marry Henry?
It was very short. It was very soon. It was within about 3-week span.
Henry was still married to Brandy, who married him in Manatee County that February. Brandy asked us not to show her face to protect her job.
I met him on a dating app. The first time I'd ever got on a dating app. He said all the right things.
When Brandy married Henry, he was still married to Tanya, who obtained a marriage license in Gadsden County in November 2020. Tanya asked us to blur her face because she's a domestic violence survivor.
Meeting him on a dating site and the way he portrayed himself, he sold the perfect person when in reality he was none of those things.
I, Mr. Betsy, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm testimony you giving the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yes, sir.
Michelle gave us cell phone videos of court hearings. Henry Betsy Jr. was arrested for felony bigamy last year after Tanya figured out she wasn't his only wife.
I just started county by county putting his name in, and that's when I came up with the marriage to Michelle and the marriage to Brandy.
She found me and she messaged me, and I had no idea that she was actually still married to him.
I'm just looking at this. It's so bizarre. We never get discharged.
The wives say marrying Henry was easy.
You go to the records division, you apply for a marriage license, they take your information, they take a copy of your photo ID, and we got married right there at the courthouse. No questions asked. There was nothing that was flagged in the system for him having already 2 prior open marriage license.
I did the paperwork and got married all within 15 minutes.
In Pinellas County, 2,000 people get married at courthouses each year. There is a 72-hour waiting period for Florida residents, but that can be waived by a judge, and there is no required wait for people from other states. Pinellas County Clerk Kim Burke says Florida makes it easy to get married because the state is a big wedding destination.
Does it surprise you that someone was able to be married to 3 different people in 3 different Florida counties at the same time?
Well, it does surprise me, but unfortunately, there's not really safeguards to find that out.
Burke says marriage applications are based on the honor system.
They swear that the information on the application is correct. And one of the things they have to show is that if they were married previously, how did the marriage end? Either was death, divorce, or annulment.
But licenses and marriage certificates aren't compared to documents in other counties when they're sent to the state.
Because if there were safeguards in place and there was cross-referencing on different counties here in the state of Florida, none of this would have ever happened.
His wives, who met Henry on Match, Tinder, and Stir, recently found his profile on another dating site while he was still legally married to them.
Looking for a beautiful woman that understands the ups and downs of life, is trustworthy, and no games.
His wives say they later came to believe their marriages had more to do with money than love.
Day we got married, he was like, well, we need to make your bank account a joint bank account.
We were either divorced or about to be divorced, maybe coming into something.
Child support, alimony, anything that comes with, the extra perks of marrying a newly single divorced woman.
So he hit the jackpot here.
He did, 100%.
Henry's financial situation appears to have taken a turn for the worse.
Do you have any source of income presently?
No, at the moment, sir.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
Michelle and Tanya say they escaped their marriage and obtained domestic violence orders after Henry became abusive. Brandy says she kicked Henry out of her house after just 5 days of marriage. Henry finally filed for divorce from Tanya following his arrest and is now seeking annulment for his marriages to Michelle and Brandy.
Do you think there's any need to do anything else to prevent this type of thing?
I just think it's too hard. I mean, as much as we have records and so forth, people are very transient. You can get divorced in another state.
Henry's wives are hoping he'll be convicted and spend time behind bars.
It's a potential that he may just walk away with probation. And that's what's really hurtful, is there's no accountability. There's nothing that is going to stop him from doing this again.
Henry Betsy Jr. has pleaded not guilty to the felony bigamy charge and has another court hearing later this month. We reached out to him, but he declined through his attorney to comment. I'm my team investigator Adam Wolser with photojournalist Randy Wright taking action for you.
They have some responsibility in this situation, because it's like, all right, you met this man on an app. You didn't really do your own due diligence. It's a lot. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Girl, it's so much up in this thing here. It is so much. I just, oh, girl. And he really is not going to get that much time, because even if he do get a little bit of time, when he get back out, he going to be somewhere else in somebody else's state doing the same doggone thing again. It ain't even going to stop. Because women, I just hate it. They just these women, oh girl, these women were of a particular age. They, I don't know, on these apps. They want to blame the license system. Yeah, you do get married fast, but you know one thing about being a particular age, you do know that already, though. You do already know that it is easier to get in these things than it is to get out these things. You don't know this fool. So why would you get into a financial contract with someone you've only known for 3 weeks? These ain't no teenagers here. They've already divorced and had children. So I just girl, I sure hate it for these ladies. And let this be a cautionary tale. I tell you, you got to get to know these people. You sharing finances with some fool you just met? Are you kidding me? I wish some fool would get up in my face talking about, now it's time for me to for you to put my name on your bank account. Girl, I will laugh him out the room.
Okay, and then some. Are you kidding me? And then some.
I would holler in his face. Husband, no husband. That don't really matter. I would never. I would scream and holler and laugh in his face. I cannot believe that these women would do this. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Women can't be so desperate. I feel sorry for these women. Girls, don't ever, 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 ever put no man name on your daggone bank account. What's wrong with you?
But marrying him and you have kids and you barely know him, that's problematic too.
I mean, goodness, and got children and have children and bring these fools up in your house. What we gonna do, Diva? What we gonna do?
Terrible.
It's terrible.
Savannah, your thoughts? But you know what? Wait, before I go to Savannah, you know what, Leo? I think the eyes got to him. I got to them. He had very nice eyes, but in addition to that, I bet you he was a sweet, smooth talker, but still, you too old to get swindled by that.
I believe all of that, Diva. I believe he was a sweet talker. He said all the right things, but marriage after 3 weeks? At your big age, you done already got married and then got divorced. Like, I really wish that women can, once you live some life and understand certain things about getting married, there is that romance part. But romance is not what make a marriage survive. It's whether or not y'all can bend together and become real partners. You can't find no partner to no man that you just met in no 3 weeks and you got kids. I bet you they had girls too. Girl, let me get off of this stuff before I start screaming. A woman would bring in a man she's only known for 3 weeks, call that man her husband, and he be in her house. Girl, I can't.
Listen, the one kicked them out after 5 days. So so girl, Savannah.
Who y'all got me sweating over here? Because I believe that these women were just that desperate. And let's be honest, this man was a smooth talker, the eyes and all, but from these 3 women, the looks of it, it seems like he was also a backbreaker. For them to go ahead and put his name on their finances and also allow him to come into their home in less than a month and marry and get into all types of financial contracts and no, I have no sympathy for these women nowadays with social media and plus our intuition. We know. Thank goodness this the last one woke up after a few months or weeks of her. But that homework should have been done before you said I do. But I'm pretty sure that this smooth talker, and like Leo said, I actually think that he's getting contacts now in jail. Women are probably writing to him and wanting to hook up with him. And I mean, if Lyle and Eric Menendez have wives, I believe that this man is also being contacted by women that see this story, know his history, but are willing to line up and be there, put money on his commissary and all that. So I just don't understand the desperation of women lately with, I don't do dating apps, so I don't understand them. But because it seems like it's so dangerous to me. You don't know who's on the other line of these profiles, and you don't know what you're going to get. And I'm pretty sure some of these women had young girls and didn't think of the dangers of bringing a stranger into their home, how that can affect their daughters and their mental health. I'm sick about how these women, how weak they are, all because this man broke their back one night. I really don't get it. There's so much research now that you can do online by paying a simple $30, $40, getting a background check on these men. And I do background checks when I buy a house and go into the neighborhood. You get a free police report for 6 months of what neighborhood you're moving into just by going down to the police department. So I don't understand why these women, I'm just mad. I'm sorry, Diva. I can't.
I got you. Sebastian, your thoughts? Sebastian, are you there? I might have lost Sebastian. Tay, your thoughts?
I'm here.
Okay, wait, hold on. Tay. Hold on, Tay. Go ahead, Sebastian.
I know people are going to put in the comments and be sending you emails after what I'm about to say, but this is the result of not loving yourself, not having self-love. Because there was no way you mean to tell me after 3 weeks, this is a perfect, fine gentleman that you thought is serious and you got no. I would understand this case. I would be more against the man more if it was a whole 1 year, 2 year relationship where the people were actually spending time together. But 3 weeks, oh no, that reflects a lot on you as the person who signed on that marriage license. No, insane. And I know this is not uncommon for states to be very relaxed on these things, especially when they're huge wedding destinations. Because at the end of the day, we want to be real. No one wants to be dealing with bureaucracy when they want to get married in a destination wedding. No one wants to really be dealing with that. So they're very lax on these things. I think Nevada as well.
Thank you, Sebastian. Tay, your thoughts?
Well, this is giving Frankie line who married 3 women a long time ago. You know, Why the Fool Fall in Love. Remember that movie, Diva? Mm-hmm. This what it remind me of. 3 women. They didn't know he was married to the other woman and the other woman before. So this is giving this right from that movie right there. Look at here. I'm not gonna marry you I just know you for 3 weeks. No, we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. 1, we get to know each other. 2, we go on a date. And 3, what's our dislike and our like? So no, I'll make sure I'll check the background, what you did for as a prisoner. So no, I'm not gonna put your name in my bank account. No, you gonna have your bank account, I'm gonna have mine. And that's how it is, by 50 by 50. That's all, Diva.
Woo! Thank you. Yeah, these ladies got to take some accountability for their piece in this whole situation. It's very sad, but I do not recommend, especially somebody that you're meeting on an app, that after a couple days, you just like, you're getting married to them. It's just total insanity to me. Hey, Wayne, you're in the building. I don't know if you want to comment on this story or wait for the next.
I just saw you was live.
All right, no problem. Okay, so I'm going to roll into the next story. And the next story I'm going to roll into is this college recruiter calls the student, after, like, it's just insanity. Let me bring up this story. Hold on. I'm sorry, my computer is being super slow today. All right, my browser is not happy. Hold on 1 second. Let me try again. Let's see. Well, in the meantime, while I'm doing this, everybody hit that like button. I think it's ready to come up now, hopefully. Okay.
The assistant admissions director is facing disturbing charges. He's accused of offering to pay a teen girl money for sex. WBZ's Paul Burton explains how he approached students applying to the school.
I was completely in shock.
It's kind of sad.
It's really upsetting to hear that.
Emmanuel College students wrapping up their spring semester and packing up their belongings were disappointed to hear that an assistant admissions director at the school in Boston was arrested on Friday after he was accused of soliciting underage prospective students for sex.
It's crazy that it happens in, like, especially such a small school, and a Catholic school too.
School officials say Jacob Enriquez was charged with 1 count of attempted sex trafficking of a minor. According to court documents, Enriquez met with several prospective students back in April. He then allegedly accessed their personal information and contacted at least 3 of them, offering to pay them for some fun, along with offering them and sending them pornography. He also offered a 17-year-old female prospective student $400 for some fun. The documents go on to say Enriquez then allegedly sent the minor victim 5 pornography videos depicting men and women engaged in sex acts and asked her whether or not she wanted to participate and whether or not she wanted to have sex with him. When the girl rejected him multiple times and blocked his number, he then began to email her.
It was like a federally investigated case with sex trafficking.
I mean, I used to see him around and stuff, and one of my friends actually worked directly with him, so knowing that just made me especially nervous about the whole situation.
He did seem very charming, very nice. I mean, totally fit the part as someone who would work in admissions and very welcoming and stuff, but I'm completely shocked it was him.
The school says Enrique has been fired and released a statement saying Emmanuel College is saddened, angered, and shocked by these serious federal allegations. And they are an affront to our core values, and we stand with anyone victimized by this incident. Students were also proud of the 17-year-old who came forward and stood her ground and hoped the incident does not paint a negative picture on the school.
The fact that she was even able to have the courage to stand up and say something shows a lot.
Enriquez will go before a judge on Monday. Again, he's charged with that 1 count of attempted sex trafficking of a minor. He's due in federal court on Monday. In Boston, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
Thanks, Paul.
All right. Sorry, my screen keeps freezing there. All right, I'm going to give a little bit more to it. Hopefully my screen will not freeze. But thank God she, stood up for herself. Leo, you can go ahead while my screen is trying to get his life together. I'll let you talk and then I'll come through with something.
Okay. I'm not sure about this case just yet because I need some more information. I need to know how long has he been at this school, how long he's been in this position. Is he married? Does he have children? What is going on with this person? Did he just drop out the air and just started stalking teenagers? I find this it's them in the story. Is there 3 victims?
There's more victims there. There are definitely more victims. And he's the college admission person. And so I think he probably did. I think probably, just like any other story, it will end up coming out. It's just so happened that this 17-year-old, she was brave enough to speak up and say, look, this is what he did to me.
So he been sending explicit visuals to children that come through admissions.
Mm-hmm. So let me go ahead
Okay.
So, Emmanuel College admission worker fired for allegedly soliciting applicant 17 for sex after giving tour. A Boston College admissions worker is accused of harassing a 17-year-old prospective student and offering her $400 for sex after giving her a tour around the school, federal agents allege. Former Emmanuel College employee Jacob Enriquez, 29, was arrested Friday after he targeted 4 potential students, sharing the P word with their phone numbers and soliciting commercial sex from them, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Massachusetts alleged. Jacob Enriquez, who worked as an assistant admissions director at the private Catholic school, used his position to access the potential students' records. The accused creep allegedly contacted the 4 high school students during their visit to the school on April the 25th. Authorities said he obtained the registration paperwork from one of the prospective students, a 17-year-old, which contains the girl's date of birth and other personal information minutes before the tour. During the tour, Enriquez questioned the girl about her grade and the school she went to before using the data he collected from the paperwork and texting the girl hours after their meeting. Enriquez did not reveal who he was to the alleged victim on the text thread, but offered to pay her $400 for some fun and claimed to have pornographic photos and videos ready to send her way. Despite rejecting his advances multiple times, Enriquez continued to message the girl and allegedly asked the minor if she wanted to participate in a G-bang with him and whether or not she wanted to have sex with him. The perp continuously asked the minor if she had changed her mind and and he would buy her anything, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Enriquez allegedly viewed the teen's profile nearly 50 times over 3 days between April 25th and April 28th. The teen's attempt to block his number became futile when the relentless degenerate began emailing her. Federal agents arrested Enriquez on May 2nd and charged him with attempted sex trafficking of a minor. Enriquez graduated from Emmanuel College in 2021 and is responsible for reading student applications from Massachusetts, New York, Albany, and Hudson Valley regions, Vermont, Iowa, Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio, according to his now deleted university profile. Enriquez was fired from the school after the revelation of his heinous accusations. Emmanuel College was left saddened, angered, and shocked by these serious federal allegations that have been brought against a former employee. They are an affront to our core values, and we stand with any victimized by this incident, the school said in a statement obtained by CBS Boston. Enriquez is scheduled to appear in the U.S. District Court in Boston on May the 5th, 2025. He faces up to life in prison if found guilty. The FBI has opened up an investigation into Enriquez's alleged crimes, asking for suspected victims to file information against the former college worker. If you know of someone else who has possibly been victimized by Jacob Enriquez, please encourage them to complete the form themselves, the agency wrote. So right now, these are the ones they know of, but God only knows who else he might have did something to. Leo, your thoughts? He's 20.
Okay, I got it now. I got it now. I knew I was missing something. Okay, so he ended up reaching out to her anonymously at 1st. And when she turned it into authorities, it linked back to him. And just so happened he had been the administrator. I got it now. I was getting ready to say. I mean, did she give him like I know, how could he just do this and just expose himself completely like that? So he got found out very quickly that he had been doing this. And yeah, I have no doubt at all that this man was doing this. He was only 29 years old. I didn't know that. He was already in it really deeply. And he was already a fool. Yeah, they need to hurry up and lock him up. And I am glad that this young lady had the strength to turn this young man in, because he was getting ready to be a terrorist on that campus if he was able to get away with this, if he's not already been a terrorist on that campus.
Yeah, I think he probably was. Sebastian, your thoughts?
I honestly believe I am glad that the school took the actions that they've taken and have completely fired him, because we know in cases like this they usually do what? They're on a sabbatical, they're on administrative leave. This is how it usually goes. But they took the actions and fired him, which is great. I do believe that there are other people who he's done this to, and they probably feel that they're obliged to do it because this is the recruiter. So therefore, if they don't do it, they might not get their chance at said school. I wonder why the feds are involved, but probably because there's probably students from other states as well that go to this school. So this is completely wrong. This happens more often than people could think. This happens often. This happens very often where people of authority believe that they have the right to do and harm others. I feel so sorry. I feel so bad for those young girls who've been victims of this man. I just wish them the best, and I hope that I think they're athletes. I hope that they continue doing great, and that's it.
Thank you. Wayne, your thoughts?
I find it hard to believe that he's just allegedly accused of trafficking and whatever. I don't think this is this man's first rodeo. I think this man, he was 29 years old. I think he identified with some of them, maybe a decent looking guy. maybe getting the attraction of them. And if they showed any kind of like, oh, wow, he likes me, because I can't, for him to blatantly just do that, go after people. It's like he did it with, to me, it sounded like he did it with confidence, like he's done this before. So I don't, I think maybe some people did get trafficked or something, or had some exchange with some money, because you just don't, I don't think you just do this all of a sudden one day and you haven't done this before. So it's unfortunate you can't send your kids to, you just having to send your kids for education, and you getting they getting the education in something else, you know. So I don't know if this man has a record. I don't know how if the school um, investigates these people to find out what kind of background they have. Because I think it could be something in his background, and I don't. Maybe the school is not really investigating, or what do you call that when you trying to clear these people of see if they have anything nefarious in their background. So I'm glad he got him off the street. That's it.
Thank you. Tay, your thoughts?
I said, good for the girl who say no to this nasty predator who hunt his prey and stand up for herself. And I'm glad that FBI got him, his nasty butt out of school too. I hope he get life in prison forever and lock the key forever. That's all, Diva.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
This man is not just a pedophile; he's a predator, and for him to have access to this young girl's personal information, where he deliberately made a plan to contact her, stalk her, harass her. I'm surprised the story didn't go into more detail of his behavior online, his patterns and trends, because I don't think this would be one of his first victims. I'm surprised that Boston, the city of Boston, and especially Catholic schools did not learn their lesson, especially since after the 1980s scandal of the movie Spotlight. Where Catholic schools, the whole scandal of children being violated due to non-care of Catholic leaders, and how the Boston Globe broke the story, and because of 9/11, the story got buried. But still, the city of Boston, especially the Catholic community, churches and schools, it seems like they have not learned the lesson in vetting predators and protecting their children. So I think this is going to give reference back to what happened in the 80s, because this young lady is probably not the only victim.
Yeah. I don't think she is either. And I think he got away with it before. And also, she looked at her profile like 50 times over like a 3-day period. He was stalking her. And I think she was the one that happened to say no. Because he was like, I'll give you $400. Can do you mind? Other people would be involved. I will buy you anything. This man was a sicko. And I think he probably got away with it with some others. And this one, when she said no, he just lost his natural mind. Julius, your thoughts?
Why is why is this man? This man needs to be locked up. But also, see, this is why I had to take a pause, y'all. I had to take a pause. Why is this man not under the jail? This man offered this young lady money just for his satisfaction. I stand with the school district, but I hope this man gets put behind bars. And I hope he goes through searing pain. Because you wanted to hurt this child. You wanted to exploit this child. But I want to applaud the young lady. You said no. You said no. And you made him lose his mind. Good for you, young lady. Because like the saying goes, it only takes one to turn the tide. And now this person, I hope he gets brought under the jail so severely that, you know, the homies in prison deliver street justice. That's it. That's all.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and roll right into the last story. And tomorrow, Monday, May 5th, okay? And for the 4th, they always say, may the 4th be with you. Well, may the 5th be with Diddy, okay? Or may the 5th be with Diddy's accusers. We're going to see how the tables of justice turn, but it does begin tomorrow. Well, Mase, one of the former bad boy artists, has a podcast, and he said that many people were reaching out to him saying, should he go to this, upcoming trial of Diddy? And if he goes, will he go in support of him? Like, what would happen? I say only because he has a podcast, he should go. But him and Diddy has had a rocky relationship. I'm not going to go into the history, but at one point, they said Mase was kind of ran out of New York. Okay, they kind of ran Mase out of New York. And then I can't say all, a lot of Diddy's artists accused him of stealing the rights and the royalties to their music. And I think when Diddy that year offered all the artists, back the rights to their music, it came with a lot of strings attached. But many said that, yeah, he's offering it back, but it ain't worth a dime, right, at this point. So hold on, let me share screen. So, Mase, should I go to Diddy's trial? So let's hear him speak because he has a podcast called It Is What It Is.
I want to put it out to the fans. I'll let the fans vote on it. Unless you want to vote on it, Killer. They asking me to come to the Diddy trial. You think I should go this week?
It's up to you. I don't know your relationship.
No.
What is your relationship?
Why you gotta use relationship as a word?
I mean, that's what it is. I don't know what else you want me to say. How y'all cool or not cool? I don't know what else you want me to say.
Nah, just a few people reached out to me, asked me, was I going out? I was trying to figure out a way I could go at least a day.
So
with Mochi Health,
Mase says people keep hitting him up, asking him if he's going to make an appearance in the gallery at the upcoming Diddy criminal trial. And he's seemingly putting the decision up to his fans. The rapper revealed on his Is What It Is podcast with Cameron that he keeps getting asked about going to support Diddy in court. And he's asking fans to vote on whether he should or should not go. Mase and Diddy have a long history, with Mase releasing his debut album, Harlem World, in 1997 on Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records. I spoke to you about these names already. Diddy had features on 3 songs on Harlem World, and they also collabed on other hits over the years like More Money, More Problems, The Notorious B.I.G., and Can't Hold Me Down. Now listen, one thing he didn't lie to himself, more money, more problems, because I think the more money Diddy got, the more money he felt he was just straight untouchable. Let's take a quick listen. And now all his alleged ill-gotten money is darn near going out the door, because when you got 5 law firms that you're paying, that's a lot of money. Other songs featuring Mase and Diddy include the Only You remix by 112 and Been Around the World, Jury selection in Diddy's criminal trial begins Monday, and opening statements are expected the following week. And it's all going down in the Manhattan courtroom with no cameras. Leo, your thoughts? Should Mase go to this upcoming Diddy trial?
I don't know. If he want to bring back the tea, I wouldn't have any problem listening to it. But it all depends on where he's at with it. If he is out and he don't feel like he's gonna be affected by the things that he hears in the courtroom, or maybe even sees. I don't know. Like I said, if you feel like he's strong enough to go ahead on and promote it, like you said, go there because he has a podcast. And I would love for somebody from the YouTube streets to go down there and listen to what's going on and report back. I would love that for him if he could do that. So yeah, that's up to him. You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man. He got to figure it out because he the one got to live with it when he go. Either way.
That is facts. Yes. I started a new poll, y'all. Did Mase go to this trial? Please respond to the poll. We'll see how it ends up. Sebastian, your thoughts?
You know, I'd understand if he said he wanted to go to this trial as a concerned citizen of this country. And honestly, I would recommend everyone to try to get their seats in that trial. If you're in the New York area, the metropolitan New York area, go there 24 hours ahead, because obviously there's going to be a lot of people outside of there. It would be the best. It's going to be the best trial I'm probably going to witness in my lifetime. I wasn't here for the O.J. Simpson stuff. I wasn't here for some of these other things that were good. But this one is going to be the one that's going to be the biggest. It is. I agree with you completely on this whole Bad Boy Records name thing. Words are very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
What you speak out may come in. Words are a powerful thing. This is why they say don't judge people, don't say stuff about people, because those things and etc. They can come back to you. They can come back and haunt you. Your words can come back to haunt you. And this is P. Diddy's time. All his bad actions when he was being a bad boy, well, now Bad Boy is going to be doing time behind clink clink. He's going to be behind the bars where bad boys are supposed to be, and he's going to be sharing cells with other bad boys. But he likes sharing anyway, so that's not a big deal.
You messy, Sebastian. Julius, your thoughts? Oh God.
Even though Mase has a podcast now, there's a reason why him and Diddy don't speak. There is a reason. And I feel like if he wants to reopen that room, look, he a grown man. He could do what he wants by going as a person of the media. However, why, and this is a question that I have for Mase, why would you disturb your own peace by covering the trial of the person who did you wrong when you know you are moving on and making actual money, unlike him, where he had to steal it? Anywho, Diddy got into this mess. We're going to put the freak-offs aside. Diddy got into this mess off of the actions that he was doing. Like I said, freak-offs put aside. Other stuff was going on that I feel the freak-offs were used as a cover-up. Like when he was first arrested, everyone just focused on the freak-offs, and the multi layers of Baby and Johnson and Johnson baby oil. That's it.
Thank you. Tay, your thoughts?
That's his decision. He want to go or not. He's a grown man. Why ask us the communication? Ask us the fan. Should you go to the trial and the court? That's your decision, buddy, not ours. That's all, Diva.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
I am of the position, and I don't think Mace should go to the trial. I think Mace is one of those, the few that holds many secrets of what really happened behind the bad boy walls. And I do believe that Mace is probably still under some type of NDA agreement where he can't really speak his truth
Mm.
of the horrors that happened there. I think Mace, Total, Little Kim, Mary J, some of the greats that came out of Bad Boy uh, are under this NDA where they can't speak what the public is so desperately wanting to know. So I don't believe he should go. Mace has been fighting for years, if not decades, for his music rights, even before Puffy Sean gave them these artists back their rights to their what do you call that, their hit album. Or but at that time my understanding was that it wasn't worth anything when he gave it back. So and Mace is owed millions of dollars for putting Bad Boy on the map. If it wasn't really for Mace and Biggie Small, they're the ones who really blew up Bad Boys during the 90s, 2000. And Sean was always their hype man in the back. But he, being the producer and the CEO of Bad Boys, was able to um, take the money from his artists. So it's unfortunate. I just think I'll be surprised, honestly, Diva, if this kicks off tomorrow. I see this is going to be a long, I can't believe a year has gone by already, but this is going to be a long trial, and it's going to be taxing on us viewers since it's not going to be televised. We're going to be depending on uh, the hearsay of others. So it's going to be interesting, but I think May should stay out of it and continue doing this podcast as a spectator and not as a witness.
Yeah. You know that the thing is, I thank you, Savannah. No, this trial is kicking off tomorrow because that judge is not playing because Diddy and his team wanted more time after his team of lawyers being arrogant, talking about we gonna be ready by May 5th and we'd only need 1 week to trial this thing and this, that, and the other. To at the very end, they was begging for more time, and not only more time, but more lawyers. So, but the judge was adamant that the trial will start tomorrow. They're picking the jury. So, good luck to them, and special prayers out to all of those people that got summons for this jury duty. Good gosh. Katrina, your thoughts?
I think May should go. I think he should go. I think he should be the one to report back to us on the YouTube streets because he can make his money talking about Diddy the way Diddy made his money off the back of them. So, yes, I think he should go because people are going to tune in to hear what Mace has to say, knowing how Mace and Diddy relationship went astray. So Mace will make a lot of more money, which I don't know if that's what he wants to do or whatever. But I would go and I would come back and let the YouTube streets know what's happening in the courtroom. So people would tune in knowing that he's there and he can make more money off of Diddy, the way Diddy made money off of them. I know Mace was supposed to be a preacher or something like that, and I see that, he just has like this clearing about him. And the way Puff did them was awful. And so I know not all money is good money, but sometimes this is like a settlement money because you ripped off a lot of people. You took a lot of people money and you was out just setting and these people was having a hard time. So yes, I think May should go in and let us know what's happening. And I'm quite sure his podcast listeners will boost his ratings and he will get paid more money. But that's all I got.
Yeah, thank you. I'm with you. I said he should definitely go. Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm trying to hit 40K. I think he should go, but I'm also at the mindset of Leo. Is he strong enough to go? Right. And that's not me. I'm being very serious with that. I'm not trying to be funny or mean with that. Is he strong enough to go? A lot of times, with all of us, I'm sure a lot of people at one point in time might have worked at a stressful, toxic job. And you get used to it, and even though it's toxic, sometimes you get used to it, and it's not until you leave that your body just calms down, and you like, oh my God, if I know then what I know now, I would have been left that toxic situation. I think in my mind, a lot of people that came through that bad boy entertainment time period industry, I think they all went through a lot and saw a lot. We saw some of Diddy's antics on his reality shows, right? So it's like, is your mental ready for it? Because not only does he have to be ready to just probably have to perhaps see Diddy or Puffy or Brother Love, whichever name you want to call Sean Combs, in the courtroom. In addition to that, you're gonna have to deal with the press being in your face when you trying to go in and when you coming out. Do you want all of that? Or do you want to just sit home like the rest of us, get to hear the commentary from somebody else, and then we just all talk about what happened that day in court? I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure it's rough. And I'm praying for all of these individuals, but I tell people, even when it's the regular workplace, and I'm saying this respectfully, at some point, if you really had enough, then you got to remove yourself. When you continue to stay there for the dollar bill, I tell people all the time, don't do all that and then come ask me for a refund. At some point, you got to say to yourself, am I going to continue to deal with this? Or I'm going to leave and, try something different here. And I'm not saying every single last person, but I believe a lot of people in this Diddy situation, they was good when they was getting the money and then they have regrets later. And that's not to say that just because that's the case, you have the right, so somebody should be treating you any old kind of way. But if you with somebody for 30 days, they said they're going to boost your career and help your career. All right, maybe you stay for 60. Maybe you stay 365 days. But when you stay in for 10, 15, 20 years and they still promising you the same thing, what's that saying? You do it to me once, shame on you. Do it to me twice, shame on me. At some point, you got to wake up. But listen, guys, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here on a Sunday night for Trending Topics. We definitely had an express train. You know the routine. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate y'all. Tomorrow night, I will be recapping the Real Housewives of Atlanta with Royer here on my channel. I think we do it about 6. I do have somewhere to go after that. Not quite sure if I'm going to make it back on time, a decent hour to have Trending Topics tomorrow night, but fret not, because if I don't have Trending Topics tomorrow night, I will definitely have it the rest of the week. Listen, thank y'all for being here. I'm trying to hit 40K. I'm not that far away. Tell a friend. If you're not a subscriber and you just been watching, please subscribe. Good night and goodbye, everybody.